Hockey is changing, and it's changing fast. Hockey has become a skill-first game, but it isn't only a skilled game.
Here, McDavid, beautiful move, in on it!
For years now, the game's superstars have only become more talented and more exciting. Take Connor McDavid, who can skate faster than anyone we've ever seen before, or Auston Matthews, who's shooting a puck in ways that we've never seen before, or even Cale Makar, who's changing how D-men can generate offense on the blue line with just his skating. The list of young and exciting talent goes on. So how did this change happen? This all started post-lockout when the league cracked down on infractions and put an emphasis on skill when they decided to come back for the 2005-2006 season. These rule changes opened up the game for skilled players. Combine that with the introduction of Sid the Kid and Eight the Great, NHL hockey had a new and a more exciting future. These two became role models for kids everywhere. This era of hockey had other great skillful players that were so fun to watch. Players like Datsuk, the Sedins, Evgeny Malkin, Ilya Kovalchuk, and the list can just go on and on of so many exciting offensive players that were able to show what they can do in this new era of hockey. And as a result, you had players growing up modeling their entire game after the stars of this era. Players were constantly trying the Datsuki and Deke. Kids were seeing Crosby juggle the puck in the Winter Classic. They would watch Ovechkin outmuscle a player, deke through an entire team, all while wearing yellow laces, a tinted visor, and a classic jersey tuck. And then on top of all that, celebrating in classic Ovi fashion. This inspired and spawned a new generation of players and player development, modeling their game on speed, skill, creativity, and most importantly, confidence. Then along came guys like McKinnon and McDavid, who idolized Crosby and took elements of his game and mixed it with their own. Today's superstars were influenced by the past superstars of that era. And when Connor McDavid was drafted, it almost marked a new era of superstars that would take the game to the next level. And along with these superstars, you have other players in the NHL that are trying things that have never been done before. All these things have made its way to the highest level of the sport, where people would have said before that would have never worked in a game, they're starting to see that it actually can work in a game. And that alone will create the next generation of players trying these moves and adding to their level of creativity and skill. Connor Bedard is probably the perfect example of this, as he's been deemed the next one by many scouts. And if you take a look at his play and his similarities, especially with his shot and how he's able to release the puck through screens and through checks, it is very, very similar to Auston Matthews. Actually, they change the angle and shoot through screens in almost the exact same way. Now, Bedard isn't draft eligible yet, but if he's already trying these things and has already mimicked what the top superstars in today's game are doing, you can bet the whole crop of players coming in to the NHL over the next few years are going to be doing the exact same thing. You see, the truth about the NHL's future is that it will only get more and more skilled. There is no doubt that hockey players are getting more skilled and creative at a younger age. With the explosion of social media and the constant ability to find resources to get better, player development is moving faster than ever. With influencers like Zach Bell, Pavel Barber, How To Hockey, you have so many younger players trying to do the things that they are doing on a daily basis. Before Connor McDavid, very few players could skate like how McDavid could skate. But in the future, there will be an army of players, coaches, and teams developing and studying every aspect of McDavid to create the next one. And out of the millions of players that will try to constantly innovate, study, and practice, there will be another one that eventually takes the game to new heights once again. In the next 10 years, there's no doubt in my mind that the skill level will be higher than it is today. The standard and the resources will only get higher. However, there will always be one X factor that separates the good players from the great, and that is how one applies their skill and thinks the game. You can be the fastest player, best stick handler, have the best shot, but if you don't understand how to apply these skills in a game scenario, you will never stand out from the crowd. I'll give you an example. What is the difference between Patrik Laine and Auston Matthews? They both have a game-breaking shot, yet one does it far more consistently than the other. That is simply because one understands how to maximize his strength. He knows where to be in 5-on-5 play, and his off-puck routes are more crisp, more precise, and as a result, he's more consistent. The next crop of talent will be some of the most talented and creative players we've ever seen in hockey. But the players that will become superstars won't simply be whoever is the most skilled, but rather it will be the players who understand how to leverage their skill set along with their hockey IQ to make decisions at a top speed to influence the game. So now I want to know what you think. Do you currently like the direction that the NHL is heading in with all this skill, all this talent? Make sure you leave a comment down below. I will be featuring the top comment or the most liked comment in the next video. Before we wrap up this video, I want to thank Hockey Helps the Homeless for sponsoring this week's video. If you don't know what Hockey Helps the Homeless is all about, they're a great organization that hosts hockey tournaments all across Canada to raise awareness and combat homelessness. Their tournaments are a blast with former NHL legends coming out to support the cause, like Wendell Clark, George Laraque, Mike Gardner, and so much more. They actually have a tournament coming up in Barrie on September the 30th. Those links down below so that you can check them out. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.